and a warm welcome to all of you. We begin the day. So when the world thinks digital, the world will think India. With this vision of NASSCOM, we have several initiatives. One of this is PCAM, brought to you by NASSCOM Product Connect and NASSCOM ProductSkills, an event for product professionals to learn, grow, and make an impact. PCAM has many things in one box: participants, perspectives, one platform, one goal, India productified. So let us move ahead with the evening. First and foremost, for a welcome note, I would like to invite Ms. Shalini Sankarshana. Just introducing Shalini, she is a veteran professional with 2+ decades of experience. She is working in a leadership role in Broadridge. She has done her bit for the product ecosystem in India, and she has been an agent of change in several ways. She is also the industry lead for NASSCOM ProductSkills Charter. So Shalini, please welcome. Please come.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Nishant. Thanks, Shreya. The first thing I want to share is a huge amount of thanks. Let me first do that, say hello, and then pull the mask off. Okay. I'm still amazed and surprised, pleasantly surprised to see so many of you out here. I understand environment keeps going. Oh, I do actually. I don't need this. I was mic'd up. So I was saying that I'm delighted to welcome all of you, invite all of you. So nice to see fellow product practitioners, enthusiasts, and product aspirants being here, and a lot of folks out in the virtual format. Truly welcome. I have the privilege of leading the product skills charter for NASSCOM, and it's been a truly enriching experience. Before I begin talking about what is Product Skills Charter, I want to thank our partner SAP. I think they have been a huge force behind running this, our first ever in-person PCAM. So all the folks from SAP representing here, a big amount of thanks to you. And we need organizations, we need bodies like this to actually come together, because this is not something which can be done by one single entity. So I think you heard a lot about PCAM, right? PCAM, our whole attempt at PCAM was to drive this by the people, of the people, for the people was the format, right? So the whole idea is that we can't stand on stage and assume that we know things and we share. It's about what the entire community wants to know, wants to hear, and wants to participate. So PCAM is one element of a larger charter called Product Skills. The reason we wanted to introduce this to you is, I had the privilege of starting to engage with Product Skills about 18 months ago. And as I kind of took on the mantle from some of the earlier work, I always get amazed at the amount of change that we have been able to bring in the product community in such a short while. The idea of product, I think Kritika mentioned this. So let me see how many of you were hearing or listening to Kritika. Quick poll or a quick question. So it's a multiple choice. I'm just making this up. So what is the current product revenue attributed to product, not just by the product companies, but revenue attributed due to product development out of India? 3 choices. Ah, man, all of you have been listening. Excellent. Okay. Second, how many of you would want to continue to have these physical and hybrid formats of PCAMs or other events? Quick show of hands. So Shreya, we have our answer. Okay. Third question. As we start building the product community, and we keep talking of India as a product nation, we talk of India productified. What does this mean? So I want to just, again, multiple choice. Choice number 1, it means building world-class products from India. Choice number 2, it means building products, period, from India, for India, and by India. Choice number 3, it means being part of product development life cycle in one form or the other, as a product manager, as a product practitioner, as a maker. Choice number 4, all of the above. First bench is saying all of the above. The rest of it? All of the above. Thank you. The reason I'm asking this, and let me move on to this. Yeah, the reason I wanted to share this is because this is one of the internal debates we went through as we charted the vision for product skills. While we began with the vision for, of course, we want to build world class from India, right? That is such a goal which is not just. It's a personal goal. It's an emotional goal. We want India to be the best at the top of the map. But then we started looking at that includes a very niche community. What about product practitioners as part of large organizations, probably building for the world, but being part of different organizations? What about aspirants who are trying to build? They may not be called as so-called product managers, right? So the product skilling essentially serves all of these community. The idea of product skills is pretty straightforward. One is we wanted to look at upskilling the existing community, number one priority, no doubt. There's a host of resources across the globe, across the industry, but coming from NASSCOM and coming from all the industry bodies, the idea was to create something which is certifiable, which gives you a gold standard to look forward to, and that's a huge bar we have set for ourselves. So that is something we are actively working on. And this is not something built by a set of people. This is something which we are really building via the community. Any of you, all of you who think you have a role to play or you have an interest to be part of that, feel free to approach us later. Second is, and I'll come to the second part later. The third is strengthening the entire tech ecosystem. I think we spoke about Digital India, we spoke about digitalization across the globe. And the only way digitalization is happening is because technology is at the backbone of it, right? And the whole product part of it is not just about creating product managers. Product managers, product makers cannot live without having an ecosystem of technology, and that's what they're strengthening. The whole idea is how do we strengthen the tech ecosystem, redefining what product is, what product person or product practitioners have to aspire to with multiple skills. Today, a product practitioner is not just somebody who understands requirements engineering or who just understands the customer part of it. He or she needs to understand what does design look like. He or she needs to understand how does data really play in. They have to understand what does user experience look like. Yeah. So how do we bring all these elements is something which we are constantly working on. And the idea is, it's a very small goal that we have, which is to build 50,000 product professionals in the by 2025, because I think that's what will lead to the 30 billion product economy. Okay, with that's our charter. So I'll not get into too much of this. This is slightly dated. We've made a lot more progress on this. We have about close to 1,800 odd product professionals part of a Slack community. It's still an evolving community. We really want all of you to be part of that and push the boundaries on that, on what we can do with a community like that. We, for once, we really put accountability in ourselves and said, we don't want to be yet another initiative, yet another open thing. How do we make this really out in the public, accountable, but always adding value? Because we are, after all, a product people, right? If we are not driving business value for ourselves, we should be shutting shop. So what we did was we actually put out a calendarized set of events. We said we are going to be doing this throughout the year. And as Kritika mentioned, this is driven by a lot of industry folks like yourself. And this includes multiple formats of learning, teaching, contributing. So you have sessions like Ask Me Anythings. You have PCAMs, of course. You have a lot of interactions and almost workshop type formats that we are doing on specific set of topics. We have master classes that are going to come in. And in the previous slide, one key thing which I wanted to speak about here is we recently launched our first cohort of mentorship. So through mentorship, we are really targeting the product practitioners, somebody who's been in the industry and want to move up, and the senior product leaders. So this cohort is launched, and we are still taking on additional applications for the next cohort. Any of you wanting to either be a mentor or mentee, reach out to us. In my personal opinion, I think that is going to be one of the most important programs. One is it really pushes this culture of pay it forward. But more importantly, I have personally learned and been a product manager, product leader, because I was mentored in one form or the other by amazing people. And I wish we had programs like this when I was in the earlier stages of my PM career. And we believe this is kind of going to really push the game ahead. We have launched that and we continue to build on that. We are creating a series of master classes on specific topics, specific sectors, which is, I think, again, going to be a treasure trove of content. This is the core team. This is the core leadership team. And all of these are coming in from the industry, rising through the ranks. And we continue to have 50 plus volunteers. A month ago, we were like 35, and today we have 50 plus volunteers driving this whole charter. We have a huge channel called Future Skills Prime. I'm not sure how many of you have heard. How many of you have heard of Future Skills? One person, two, three. Okay. So Future Skills is something which was launched in collaboration of NASSCOM and the Government of India. Would love for you to look at it. It was done as an initiative. It's a platform. It's a portal available for really skilling India across multiple domains. So it has emerging skills, but more importantly, product coming into picture. We have actually put in a lot of product content on that. It helps you take on a very, very standardized, streamlined manner, something which is certified and created by, content created by truly large and mature product organizations, including SAP, including Walmart. So the content there is something which you really can look forward to. And this is our roadmap. Upskilling we spoke about, community we spoke about, mentorship we spoke about, and we are actively working on two more things. One is how do we build industry and academia partnerships. So we are truly working with academic institutions as well as professorial community. And one of the most important programs, which is we have launched a program called NASSCOM Women Product Champions, truly focusing on women and how do we build that community. Last quiz, and with this I will conclude. So, number of women in product community. Choice number 1, less than 10%. Choice number 2, less than 15%. Choice number 3, 20%. 20%? 20? Any other answers? It's close to 3.5%. Something for all of us to think through on is this the right picture to draw? So with that thought in mind, welcome again and looking forward to a wonderful event. I'm excited to hear all our speakers whom you all have chosen, and folks who are on the virtual format, love to have your feedback coming in. Thank you. Over to Nishan.